Hey guys, MajK here. I went through the entire Psycho Clown fight pretty much, and my OBS, what is it called? Broadcaster or whatever, OBS Studio, that crashed at the end, which kind of sucked because I had, commentated the whole fight and everything like that. But I was able to record the end of the fight just without commentary, just using the kind of stock open broadcaster software, which, allows you to kind of pick up at any point, unlike the OBS Studio, which once it crashes, you have to start knocks all over again and everything. So I will show the captured tail end of the fight after a little bit, but basically I was able to do the Esper quest or requirement, but I mistimed the limit burst, so I missed out on this. So I'm gonna have to do the fight over again anyway. But let me just go ahead and explain kind of the strategy. It's not too complex, I think. So this is the party that I used. Using Cloud of Darkness mainly for Omniveil because unlike other boss fights where you kind of know which elements to expect and everything, Kefka can use like every element and it's really unpredictable which one's going to be. I just basically geared her for, MP and to stay alive basically because she actually dies the most out of anybody in the fight, which is weird because she has like the best resistances to the elements, but I don't know why she dies so much. I'm sure it has something to do with the low spirit, but you would still think with these resistances that she would survive. But anyway, yeah, so she's used for Omniveil. And once in a while you'll need like a dark element, and she has Call of the Void. I guess you could use Thandaga as well, but yeah, for the most part it's for Omniveil. Cecil, pretty standard, just tanky build, dual cast. I'm using Ishtola here because, well, first of all, I always wanted to use her, and I put on a ribbon because she doesn't have any, status ailment resistance naturally. But I'm using her instead of Refia because I thought that the Benediction would be useful because Cecil has a lot of HP, so sometimes he is going to go down to very low, and double Curaja is not going to be enough. So Benediction is going to be useful. Also, she has a few magic abilities, believe it or not, that can cover some of the elements that I'm missing, like wind and earth. So with this, pretty much the only element that I'd be missing with my party is water. Not that I'm going to use... It's not actually that urgent and important to cover all the elements as you might think because you're not trying to kill him super quickly. You do need to keep him alive to do all the Esper stuff and all that, but still, it's nice to have those options. I'm also bringing Carbuncle and Diablos for the quest, although I've already done it, but this is how I set it up. Bringing Transterra because she has good elemental coverage, better than expected. Also, she has full life, so that's going to help a little bit too, because Yashola doesn't have full life. So let me show her elemental coverage. So she has light damage here with Holy, Fire, Ice, Thunder. She also has, with Diablos Esper, has dark damage here. So she only doesn't cover water and water and earth, I think. Also, her Chaos Wave is very useful because while it won't do a lot of damage, non-elemental is not for damage in this fight, by the way. You have to use like the matching elements if you want to get any kind of good damage on Kefka. The Chaos Wave is useful because it does numerous hits and it's a good way to keep earning crystals and Esper orbs throughout the fight. So yeah, that's why I'm bringing her. And then Noctis is just, of course, all around good to bring. I took off the Excalibur because if you have a light element weapon, you will get resisted a lot of the time. So yeah, these are good to have. Auto attacks are useful like during the off turns or whatever because you still want to keep getting those crystals and Esper orbs, as I mentioned. He also, of course, covers a decent amount of elements with fire or ice and lightning. I think that's it. And also he's going to be using Link, which is an attack that actually boosts your attack and magic. Because I'm using Ishtola and I don't have Refia's Embolden, I'm going to need Noctis to buff up attack and magic. And that's actually kind of better anyway because I want to buff up magic for my Transterra. I don't want to have to use like Embolden and Focus to keep those up. So yeah, that's my party. I'll kind of start the fight and possibly just cut the recording at some point because I don't want it to crash again. And once it gets going, you're gonna get the idea anyway how to do it. So Orlando's a bad choice because he doesn't have good elemental coverage, and most of them are wearing Excalibur. So again, you're gonna get resisted a lot, and he doesn't bring like a ton of utility outside of that. Noctis is a pretty good choice, but a lot of these are also wearing Excalibur, so that's also a downfall for that. Regular physical damage dealers like Gilgamesh are going to be useless because, again, you're not going to be able to do damage on him normally. He has 5,000 defense and 5,000 spirit. So the only way to get good damage on him is through elementals. So you have to find, I would suggest trying to find a Noctis that is not wearing Excalibur. Which is going to be hard to find. Or bring a mage that can cover, decent amount of elements. So if worst comes to worst, I can even take this Terra here, which might be the case. Yeah, I'd probably prefer that Terra to this low-level Trance Terra here. So, alright, I'm going to bring Terra, and she's going to have some added utility with like the Isunaga. Yeah, it's not too bad. So, I will bring this Terra to the fight. Again, I probably won't record the entire fight because it does take a while. No, maybe I will because I don't have to do the Esper thing anymore, so maybe I can get my limit break pretty fast and then get it over with, but it's kind of luck of the draw depending on what elements that he debuffs for himself. So he's going to start out with 7 physical attacks. So far in all of my attempts, it's all been directed at Cecil, and it's probably just because he naturally has a chance to draw more attacks, I guess. So I'm going to start out with Shelga, Kefka. Cecil's going to provoke. Cloud of Darkness, of course, Omniveil. And Noctis is going to link, buff up our attack and magic. And let's see here. I think I'm going to unlock magic so that this Terra can also do Chaos Wave. And yeah, let's just magical activation this round. He does have thresholds, I think like every 20% or something like that. But pretty much the strategy is just keep yourself topped off and all your buffs up. There's not really like much thinking involved. I mean, you kind of want to do that anyway. So yeah. And you're probably going to die, or some people are going to die throughout this fight, but you're just going to have to keep raising them and getting back on your feet. It's just the way it is, for me at least. Alright, so he debuffed himself to ice, which is really good. I'm going to Benediction Cecil. Oh shoot. What just happened there? Okay, so I didn't mean to do that. Crap, this Terra is at risk now. So I'm going to actually do Cloud of Darkness X Potion. I guess this would be considered like the item requirement if you're trying to figure out how to do that for some reason. And then I'll do some ice damage on him while I can. I kind of like suggest getting as much damage when you can. And then toward the end of the fight, you can slow down if you want to, because you'll cross all the thresholds. You won't have anything super unexpected coming at you. And then like if you need to kill him, if you're ready to kill him at any point, you can go ahead and do that. So that's what I suggest. Alright, so ice. I don't know if she has any ice. Yeah. So I'm just gonna do Chaos Wave. Maybe pick up a few crystals along the way. I turned off my battle effects, by the way, because Nox is really slow for me right now. Yeah, oh man, that was a lot. Okay, so I didn't expect that many people to die. Noctis is gonna full life somebody, come back. Ishtola. Cloud of Darkness can bring back Trance Terra. And then I'm just gonna have to like hope for the best this round. Probably one of them will die. Transterra will probably die, and then at least I'll only have 2 people to revive, and your Stola can help out with that. So. Okay, good, good. That was pretty good. Alright, so this Transterra is actually going to... Oh, but it's a fire round. This is a good opportunity. Alright, so Cecil's actually going to revive this Terra. I'm going to put up a shell for the dead characters that came back to life, and then do 1 Kiraja. Cloud of Darkness can go ahead and do another Omni Veil because 3 of them won't have it. And then I'll do some fire while I can. Fire is going to be Transterra and Terra's best element. So you can see how slowly I'm getting the crystals, but that's also because I'm wasting turns like reviving and everything. So eventually I want to start, oh gosh, not again. Eventually I want to start like kind of getting some hits in, physical hits and non-elemental hits just to get those crystals. Alright, so I'm gonna raise. Oh, of course, Cecil doesn't have any MP. So the best I can really do is cover, which will regenerate a little bit this round. And yeah, I don't know. This might be bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm gonna get Noctis to revive one of these Terras, so that again I can do like 1 raise and 1 Kiraja. And double Kiraja from Cecil. Again, Omni Veil because again they keep dying, so they're not protected. I'm not even close on Limit Burst because I'm not getting any crystals here. Alright, so what does she need? Yeah, pretty much everything. So he's weak to water right now anyway, so I can't take advantage of this, so I'm going to just go ahead and kind of buff up everything. So Link. Wait, what just happened there? Okay, she got the buff. I was expecting it to be here for some reason, but that's a status ailment indicator. Provoke. I think I can get away with I think I can get away with Saga and Kefka. I hope. And then let's get some crystals for once. Chaos Wave. I don't know, maybe preemptive Turbo Ether. I'm a little worried about this Transterra this round. Okay, good. Alright, so Cecil's Charmed. This is actually completely different from Confusion, so don't even bother bringing like a black choker. Alright, so Cloud of Darkness is going to give Noctis a chocolate. I'm gonna have to dual Kiraja here. You can tell I don't know where everything is for Y'shtola yet. I haven't used it that much. Noctis is actually going to cover, so I can keep up my HP and MP a little bit better. And finally, I think I can Chaos Wave for some crystals. Yeah, that's not that much. At least the charm doesn't make you attack your own party. It just makes you kind of stand there and not hit Kefka. So that's good. Alright, so what buffs do I still have up? Alright, I need Omni Veil. I'm going to Isuna so that Noctis can get some hits in. And Kiraja, of course. It is Earth Element, so I can't really take advantage of that anyway, so this is all about crystals right now. Does she have Chaos Wave still? Yes. I don't know how many turns that lasts, I forgot. Why don't I go ahead and link? The scariest attack that he has is I think it's some kind of threshold attack where it's like, it looks like Ultima, basically. It's like this big white light. You'll probably get some deaths there, but so far, I've been okay. Okay, I don't have Spirit for some reason. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna Shelga and Kiraja. Cecil finally can provoke again. I think this is another crystal round. Well, I'm gonna actually have Terra get rid of some of my blind. It's kind of annoying. Where is it? Ray of Hope. And then Cloud of Darkness can get some damage in for once. Call of the Void. And then again, just crystals. And what does the most amount of hits for the cheapest MP cost? I guess I'll just auto attack with her. Or him. I'm gonna stop the video real quick, or just to save this first half, and then I'll continue. So 1 second. Hey guys, so I'm sorry I had to cobble so many pieces together. My program kept crashing and it's really hard to kind of like uh, pick up right where I left off because of the way it works. Like if it crashes, I have to start Nox all over again, as well as the recording software. So I did what I could, but let me just talk about the lessons learned, I guess. So obviously you want Omniveil, you want to cover all your elements. Cecil, Y'shtola, pretty self-explanatory. Um, if you have Transterra, she's good for Chaos Wave, kind of picking up some crystals along the way. But I mean, typically you can just kind of use attackers like Lightning and Noctis would actually be pretty decent too, because not only can they auto attack and pick up crystals, but they have pretty decent elemental coverage. So if you don't have Transterra, there are other options. But Transterra's full life also came in handy as well, as did Noctis's. I would say that as far as a friend unit, I was actually very pleased with Terra, regular Terra, because not only is she able to do some, elemental coverage, she also has Chaos Wave if you happen to, turn that on. But I think her Ray of Hope was really useful as well, because a lot of the time you're blinded all over the place. You're also getting poison, and the poison damage actually adds up a lot. It hurts every round. So if you want to get rid of poison and blind, it's good to bring Terra. She was good, but otherwise, yeah, you just kind of have to like keep surviving, getting those crystals whenever you can, and Esper orbs. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those thresholds can be pretty rough. You're probably gonna have some people die. You're gonna have to recover and get back on your feet, but it's manageable, pretty tough, but manageable, I would say. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, I'm sorry that my program kept crashing, but I can't just like hope to get it all in one clip today, I guess, for some reason. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and good luck with the boss.